So here's a bunch of pictures I shot using medium format camera. Is this the right thing for you?
Ask David Bergman.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ask David Bergman. Of course, I'm David Bergman answering your photography questions. Don't forget to go to AskDavidBergman.com. Ask your own questions. I'll pick the best ones to answer right here on a future show. Today I've got one from Kyle, and he asks, why would you use a medium format camera over a normal DSLR? Medium format cameras, what are we talking about when we talk about medium format? But bam, this is a medium format camera. So what does this mean, medium format? Is it just the way it looks, or is there something else? Well, really what we're talking about is on a full frame camera, full frame sensors, the digital sensors, are the same size as the old 35 millimeter film, right? So 24 by 36 millimeters, that's the size of the film. If you have a camera that has a sensor that's 24 by 36, that's considered full frame. Anything with a bigger sensor or film than that is going to be considered medium format. So this camera, for example, everything on this camera is modular. So I can take off this back. This is a digital back. I can take off the finder at the top. I can take off the lens. This is a film back, and you can see on this film back, that's the size of the film. I've got it covered up because obviously the film would be exposed, but this is 60 by 60 centimeters, a lot bigger than 24 by 36. That is the size of the film. Now, I wish they made a digital back that was that size. Unfortunately, they don't. But what I have on here is an old Leaf Aptus 65. It's 33 by 44. So it's cropped in a little bit from the 6 by 6 that this camera can normally shoot. But these things are very, very old. People have been shooting medium format for a long time. This digital back is 15 years old. The camera is about 50 years old, right? They've been making Hasselblads since the 60s, probably earlier than that, but that's when they really became popular and well known. Any commercial photographer worth their salt was shooting medium format in the studio back in the day. Now, what are the advantages of shooting medium format? Well, traditionally, we always said that a bigger sensor size had more dynamic range and more resolution and much better sort of noise in the shadows. And because of the bigger sensor, it was able to collect more light from the same scene on that sensor and just handled it much, much better. The thing is now, in today's world, it's really not that much of a difference anymore. The modern DSLR cameras, the Canon 5DS or 5DS, for example, is 50 megapixels. So that's the same size as a lot of popular medium format digital backs. And as far as dynamic range, it's vastly improved now on full frame cameras. So it's really not so much of an issue. But why would you shoot one of these? Well, really at the end of the day, it's just a lot of fun, right? This camera, like I said, is very old. Everything's manual on this camera. There's no light meter in here. There's no autofocus. It doesn't shoot video. It doesn't do any of that. So for example, when I'm out here today with Erica, who looks lovely, and let's take off the jacket and we can make some pictures here. We're here in the park. It's a beautiful day. What I have to do with a camera like this is I have to slow down. I really have to take my time and compose the image carefully. It's impossible to make a bad picture of Erica, but it really makes me take my time. So I'm looking down here in this viewfinder. The first thing I have to do is I have to use a little magnifier so that I can focus my image, because I have to manually focus everything. So let's get her in focus right about there. Perfect. Now she's in focus. Now exposure-wise, I have to figure out my exposure, not through the camera. There's no auto exposure, there's nothing. So I either have to use a light meter, an external light meter, or there are apps you can use on your phone that'll get you close. Because I'm shooting a digital back, I've already shot a few frames, so I kind of know what my exposure is already. But I had to take the time to do that. And then when I'm actually shooting, I feel like a French fashion photographer. I can just come out here and I can look down in the viewfinder and compose up my image, and really very carefully, just one frame at a time, boom, and then you get to wind it. Even with digital, you actually have to wind it so everything resets itself. But here we go. Erica looks amazing. I'm gonna make a couple more frames right here, and one more. Perfect, amazing. So really at the end of the day, is medium format for everybody? No, absolutely not. It is a niche product. Most photographers will never have a need to shoot this. For me personally, I just love it. There's a look to it The depth of field is different because of the crop factor. You actually have to get in closer with the same focal length, so it changes the depth of field. It makes the background go a little bit more out of focus with wider lenses, and it just, there's an intangible to shooting this thing that just can't be replicated. Now, it's not going to replace my Canons. There's no way. I'm still using that for all my daily shooting, the stuff I'm getting paid for, the real jobs. But it's super fun to come out here. I've got a beautiful model like Erica, come out here and make some pictures in the park. This is a blast. So if you think it's right for you, check one out. They're brand new ones now. They're a lot more expensive, but you can get used stuff as well and just play around and have a good time. So what do you think? Am I crazy? Do you shoot medium format? Is there any reason to do it? Let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, I'll see you back here next time. We're doing this every week. Ask David Bergman right here. I will see you then next time. Take care.